How do you diagnose computer crashes or freezes? It's a question I'm asking. Go ahead and answer that. And there's really no one right answer to this. I think it boils down to having the ability to troubleshoot and strip away potential problems to get to the problem at hand. This, by the way, is not a issue related to PCs or Macs, Linux, Mac OS X, Windows. It doesn't matter. I mean, we all have dealt with freezes and crashes. Even I have. I mean, everybody has. Stripping away hardware sometimes can solve the problem. You realize it's an errant driver. And in some cases, you may have to reinstall the operating system to get rid of the footprint of that piece of hardware. Could be a piece of software that you installed and completely forgot about, and somehow it's now causing problems again at some point in the past. Stripping these things away one by one, it's going to get you closer to finding the source of the problem. Looking at log files is an important thing when your computer crashes, whether it's something that's visible on screen or it's, like, oh, I can see it crashed, or if it just disappears. Checking to see if there's updated software available. Maybe there's a known conflict. If you can copy and paste or even write down, certain key text on the screen and, search the web, sometimes that will lead you to a solution. And you'd find that some people have been in the same situation that you have. Some people haven't. I mean, I've run into problems like, I have no idea where this came from. What is this? And it beat my head up against the wall trying to find a solution, even through, communities and asking questions. Ended up having to call, true support. You have to pay for it. And, they fixed the problem. It was at one point I had some obscure guest permissions on the system, and I couldn't figure out why certain things were going awry. I've also had issues with software that was unrelated to other software, what I thought was unrelated to other software, but having this software installed was causing a problem. Having the software uninstalled was still causing a problem, but I had to keep peeling back layers and saying, well, what if I don't run this when the operating system starts up? Oh, things work better. Okay, so what if I don't use this piece of hardware? Things run better. So you've got to think around the problem sometimes and think backwards. Troubleshooting is a skill, and you can hone that skill over time. But to best diagnose the computer crash or freeze, look at the error messages that are there. That's probably the easiest way. Be cognizant of what you're running, when you're running it, and, really what you have plugged in. And just start building bit by bit, one by one. Sometimes booting even into safe mode. And, every operating system has a feature like this, where you strip away all the things that you don't need. Are things running fine? Yes. Well, then there's probably something that you're missing somewhere. And then you just got to go in again and again and again and again until you find that problem. Be looking for diagnostic information on the crash logs that will lead you closer to the solution. Ignoring it probably won't make it go away. And worst comes to worst, strip away all the hardware, reinstall the operating system. If the problem's still there, well, then you may have a problem with hardware that's in your computer, and that's certainly a possibility. You could download 1,001 programs that'll tell you, hey, your hardware's running right, or hey, your hardware's running wrong. I mean, sometimes you just got to spelunk, man. You got to go deep into it. There's no one right way. I would just say, just again, keep refining your ability to troubleshoot a problem. Is this happening? No. Then it may be this. Strip away bits and pieces. Don't approach the problem like this. Approach it piecemeal, one by one by one by one by one. So, here's an example. I was with my parents, and my dad said, the internet's down. So the first thing I did was I looked on my phone. I could get online. And, okay, so I looked at the notebook computer that I had. I could get online using the same access point. And I said, the internet's down? Well, yeah, I can't get online. Okay, so then I could get online to the access point. So it wasn't an access point problem. It wasn't an ISP problem. So therefore, it must be something related to the system. So I, looked at it. And I couldn't really, I was like, well, it's got to be something connected. Oh, he's hardwired into the computer. That's weird. All right, well, if it's not online, let's just try resetting the modem. Ah! Plugged it back in after unplugging it, and it worked. So I knew it wasn't a problem with the internet. I knew it wasn't a problem with the access point. I knew it must be an issue with the hardwired connection. I could have, tried a different port on the router, although he didn't have one on his modem. He only had one connection, so you never know what it's going to be. You just got to think about it methodically, bit by bit. If it's this, well, it could be this. If it's that, it could be this. If it's this, it could be that. Just bit by bit. So I'm interested in hearing your methodology with troubleshooting problems, computer crashes or freezes. Everybody takes different steps, but I think they'd agree with me, step by step, bit by bit. Got my answer. What's yours? Will you later?